This is the Tomi Sule Podcast, your inspirational hub for everyday empowerment.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Tomi. And today in the house, I am so excited all the way from Canada. We have my precious friend and my sister, Ogunjobi, in the house. Welcome. Did I get your name right?
Yes, you got that quite right. It's actually a longer name, but I'm okay with the Ogunjobi.
Good. I finally got it right this time. Okay, Ehi, it's good to have you here. Welcome. So tell us, for those who don't know, who is Ehi?
So I'm a mom, I'm a friend, I'm a CPA or a chartered accountant, as might be said in different jurisdictions, qualified in Nigeria, the UK, and in Canada. Like most moms, I have a 9-to-5. So I have a day job where I work as a financial director with an insurance company. That's the boring side of my life. And then when I'm not being a mom, I'm taking walks in nature or skydiving or doing something that's dangerous.
How do you put motherhood and danger together in one bio?
Yeah. Prior to becoming a mom, I did everything that was dangerous. Now I'm a little more conscious about the danger. Like, I don't want to die. I want to raise my daughter. But I would always take the opportunity to zip line wherever I go.
Wow. That is excitingly amazing. Thank you. So today on Conversations with Tomi, mommy and money. They sound alike, and the two of them are joined at the hip and can't be separated from Ehi. Tell us, what's the biggest misconception that people have about money today?
I think the biggest misconception is that people think money is hard to make. People think they do not have money. The actual fact is that you do. You have skills you can sell. You have skills you can learn that cost very little. So, very simple example is making hair. I just paid $120 to make my daughter's hair. That's a skill that you can easily learn and monetize. So you always have something to give to get money in return. So money in itself is something you get when you exchange value.
Beautiful. I love that. The biggest misconception is that money is hard. Money is not hard. Money is easy to make. I'm going to frame those words in gold. The second question I'm going to ask you is, if money is so easy, why do so many women, especially mothers, struggle with finances?
We were never taught. They taught us how to be good wives, how to be good girls, how to cook, how to clean. We were never taught about money, how to make it, how to manage it, and how to make it work for you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you can be taught cooking, you can be taught character. We should also teach girls about money. Okay, so let's say we're in a classroom and you're going to give us our first master class. What is the first most important thing in understanding the basics about money?
The first thing I'll ask anyone is, how much do you have? What are you worth today? And a lot of people say, oh, nothing. I don't have any money, right? But I'll be wrong. You have bags, you have clothes, you have shoes. Most of them you haven't used in years, just piling up dust. So take stock of everything that you have, everything that's in your bank account, and figure out what's my net worth as of today. We talk about when we say net worth, many people will think about celebrities. What is Hailey Bieber worth, or what is Beyonce worth? But what are you worth? And what's funny is, I was an accountant for a long time. I've been an accountant for close to 17 years now. And I never stopped to think about it until one day I was working on a client, And I realized I go into these clients year in, year out. I audit their bank statements, their financials, their assets, their liabilities, and ultimately their net worth. And I
Wow.
didn't know what my net worth was. This was in 2015.
Yeah.
And it was a light bulb moment for me. So
Okay.
from 2015, I treat myself as a company. I have an income statement for myself. I
Yeah.
have a balance sheet, and I
Yeah.
have a net asset position. And so
Wow.
year over year, I can tell you if my net asset is increasing or my net asset is reducing. Don't get me wrong. I didn't start doing this because I'm an accountant. I had been an accountant since 2010,
Mm.
right? But in 2015, I had a light bulb moment that I need to treat myself as seriously as I treat my client's business.
Wow. Wow. That's like I'm still digesting that. So like you say that again. You were saying that at the end of the year you
Let me break it down for you and let me give you more context. So at this point, I was a consultant in Lagos, Nigeria, and my monthly salary was about 230,000 naira. This is years and years ago now.
yeah.
And so that's not a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that I needed to have an income statement for myself. So 230,000 naira a month times 12, that's my annual salary. That's my income. Where is all my money going to? A lot of people tell you they don't have money, but they don't even know where their money is going to.
Mm.
And if you look at how much you spend, well, in North America, it's on Starbucks and takeouts and unhealthy food,
Mm.
you'd see that a large chunk is going there. If
Mm.
you look at how much you spend on your rent or your mortgage, you know how much is going there. Look at how much you spend on clothes in Nigeria. It is Ashoibis, and I think that was when I stopped buying anything about Ashoibi. I stopped buying Ashoibi totally.
Mm.
You know, it's Ashoibi. You see where your money is going to, and on there's the all important black tax, right? Oh, give this to your cousin or your auntie or your mom and all of that,
Mm.
and then you see where all your money is going to. And if you're religious, your tithes, your offering. And so from then, I had a list of my income and a list of all my expenses. When a lot of people do this for the first time, they'll be shocked to see where their money is going to. I did this for a client of mine
Mm.
2 years ago, and
Mm.
she had spent $30,000 on food, like literally food, right in the sock away, food, $30,000.
What?
But she
Wow.
had never paid much attention to it, right? So she knows she's buying stuff, but you don't sit down to look at the state of everything at the end of the year.
Wow, wow. So you're saying actually just look at where your money is going, look at how the money is coming in, just see the direction of the money without judgment, just to
Yeah.
understand what is going on. Okay, so for somebody who doesn't understand, right? What is the difference between budgeting, savings, and investment? We hear these words all the time, but it may not be wise to assume everybody knows the difference.
So the first step I've told you is what the first step to do.
Hmm,
What's my income? What's my expense?
hmm,
And then when you see all your expenses, so let's say my income in the year, and for sake of argument, I'll use dollars and I'll use $10,000, right? Just so that it's easy and we can follow it. So if my income in the whole year is $10,000 and I'm spending $6,000 on rent, then I'm living in the wrong house. And
wow,
then I'm spending $2,000 on my children's education, they are going to the wrong school. I cannot afford it,
wow,
right? And then I'm spending the balance on food and all those groceries. So that has told me that, okay, your money is going in all these directions. Now let us repurpose the money. Let us plan for the money. And that's essentially what a budget is. Okay, I'm doing well at my job, so I'm not going to get fired. So there are chances that if I earn $10,000 this year, I will earn 10,000 next year. So that's taken care of. Now, budgeting is saying in my $10,000, how much am I going to give to rent? How much am I going to give to my children's education, school fees? How much am I going to give to extracurricular? Side note, especially here in North America, I see a lot of people put their children in extracurriculars that they cannot afford. Your child is going to swimming class, ballet class, all these classes, and you're owing your credit card. right? So budgeting helps you streamline what you can do with the $10,000 that you have and ensuring that you have something to save. So that's budgeting. When you're able to budget and stick to your budget, then you can have some savings, right? And if you had savings before and then you budget and stick to it, then you can increase your savings. And we underestimate that, but it's a very crucial aspect of financial freedom and financial planning. Because if you cannot save anything from the $10,000, then you cannot invest. And if you cannot invest, your money cannot work for you and you cannot build generational wealth.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so we've talked about budgeting, we've talked about financial planning, and now you just brought up two magic words, investment and generational wealth. And you said that savings is the beginning of investment. Okay, so let's say I have a bit of savings and I am, let's say we want to do a master class and we're calling it investment for dummies, right? Not that we're dummies, but basic 101 of investing. What would that be?
Investing is different things. And now I see a lot of people take risks with the little monies they have. I have done that in the past. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, oh, invest this way or don't invest this way. When I was younger, I always thought about how much more money I could make if I did XYZ. And I put my money into a lot of things, a lot of things. I think one of my first ventures. Tommy, do you remember that I sold iPods and shoes and all of that in BIU?
Yeah.
So one of my very first ventures was in university, going to the market, buying shoes and selling them. And then I think I bought like iPods, teddy bears and stuff, and I sold a lot of that as well. And everyone is different. There's a woman out there that will take $5,000, go into the market, buy stuff, sell it, and turn that into $1 million.
That's true.
I don't know how much time we have, but I can tell you true story after true story. I was at a wedding last year here in Canada.
Rapid fire, give us one story because we need that
I'll
story.
give you one story right now. So why am I talking over myself? I was at a wedding last year here in Canada, and it was a Niger wedding in Canada. So think about all the Niger food. We had a live band, we had a DJ. It was in a very nice hall. And the mother of the bride had bankrolled the wedding. And so I said, this mother of the bride, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? And then I saw her and she looked very unassuming, smallish. And then I said, who is this woman? What does she do?
Hmm.
And then I heard that she started off by hawking, listen to me, she started off by hawking dried fish in Lagos.
Wow.
She was
Wow.
hawking dried fish in Lagos, and she took that dried fish that she was hawking and made it into an empire. So
Wow.
now in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Lekki, they have cold rooms. They're supplying fish to hotels, all these sort of things. So there's a woman out there that will take that money and multiply it by investing, by selling. I mean, there are so many stories we can tell. I just told you one story.
Yeah.
There's a Bukuma Washika that does chairs and all of that furniture. So there are people like that.
Hmm.
And then there's people like me that we have tried businesses and some have worked, some haven't quite blown as much as we thought they would.
Yeah.
But there are low hanging fruits that we can invest in.
Okay.
So there's the stock market, right? You buy shares, you buy treasury bills, you buy mutual funds. As far back as, I mean, I was in university and I served, I interned at a stockbroking firm. And
Hmm.
so I learned about investing in the stock market. And I mean, in the Nigerian sector, a lot of people lost money in the stock market. But over the long run, the Nigerian stock market has outperformed.
Wow.
The treasury bills, government bonds, commercial papers, all those are low hanging fruits that you can start investing in. And today, like, the barrier to entry is almost zero. Now everything is on your app. So you can have an app. In Nigeria, there's the Bamboo app where you register, you put in your details, your utility bills, and you can start with as low as 1,000 naira, as low as $5, $100. You can start buying stuff. I hear people say, "Oh, you wear Louis Vuitton or you do this." Are you invested in these companies? Heck, you're on Apple, you're in Google, you're on Google every single day. Do you have one share of Google? Do you have one Google share? You're watching Netflix every day. Do you have any of their stock? Right? Now, there are other ways, and there's so many things that we can look at. But the first thing, once you access where your money is going, you want to say, okay, I can take these $100 every month and invest it. They are very safe investments. So, for example, in North America, the S&P 500 has outperformed in the last 20 years. It just performs, right? And I think these things are accessible to everybody around the world today. So you can say every month, $100 just go into these ETFs. ETFs are what you call the exchange traded funds. They are mutual funds. So today, I personally would buy ETFs that track the S&P 500. So you're talking about the top companies in the world. Just buy into a fund that has bought all their shares.
Wow.
And then I also track the technology stock. I mean, we're talking about AI, we're talking about Alphabet or not. So there's a fund called QQQ that tracks the technology companies. And so I just buy into that.
Okay.
I also cherry pick and make mistakes every now and then, but for the safe investment, long-term investment, I'll go the exchange traded fund route today. That's how much information I have. And I keep learning about these things every day. One thing I'll caution is try not to put your money, especially money that you're afraid to lose, try not to put it into what you don't understand. Right? There's money that you can experiment with, but money that you don't want to lose, try to understand exactly what you're doing before you put your money in there.
Okay.
And I'll end with this one note, right? And maybe you are going to come and ask this subsequently, but I just want to bring it up so I don't forget. I've seen a lot of people, women, who think, "Oh, I'm married. I don't know what's happening with the money. Everything is my husband, my husband." And I pray for you that your marriage works and you never have to experience divorce. But I've seen a lot of women that don't know the first thing to do once their partner steps out, because they believe that, for some weird reason, they believe that they can't understand the financial things of marriage and they leave it all to their husbands. But you can't understand it. It's not hard. It is not hard. And in fact, certain countries are beginning to teach kids in elementary school about financial planning. It's
Wow.
it's that important
Beautiful.
that we all know these things. Yes. So it's not hard. The way you learned how to TikTok or use Instagram, or the way you've learned everything that you have learned in life, you can learn about money and financial planning.
Wow. That's good to know. I think you've just lifted off the burden of some mommy's shoulders right now, that your head can carry money. You can do financial planning. You can actually start from wherever you are, So thank you so much for that.
And
Now,
can I give some credit to women and moms? You know how you're able to stretch that $1 in ways that nobody can imagine. So if you're able to take that $1, you can't give my husband like $1 and tell him to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with it, and he's like, I don't understand. Where's the rest of it, right? But as a woman, you'd figure it out. So if you can figure out something like that, best believe that you can figure out everything money and financial planning.
Yeah. We should have more faith. And it brings me back to what you said in the beginning. We were taught how to cook, we were taught how to clean, we were taught how to care, but we were not taught money. And money is a skill that needs to be taught and talked about more often. My next question is money habits. So what are the top money habits that prevent women from financial stability?
I'll go back to the first thing I said. Where's your money going?
Mm.
If you don't know where your money is going, then you're not ready,
Mm.
right? So the first habit is to actually record where your money is going. Like at the end of the week, go through your bank statements and all the things you spent. And sometimes you go through it and like, I spent this on this. Oh, I should be flogged, right? But go through it, know where your money is going so that you can channel it in the way you want it to go.
Yeah.
So pay attention to your credit card statement.
Mm.
True story. Sometime last year, I looked at my credit card statement and I saw someone had used my credit card to book a flight to
What?
Estonia. To Estonia. Right?
Yeah.
And it was a very small amount that if I wasn't looking at everything, I might have never
I'd have
known.
missed it. Yeah.
Right? It was maybe $95 or something ridiculous. It was a very small amount, but so I said, I don't have anybody going to Estonia, right? Cancel that card, block the card immediately. So pay attention to where your money is going to, please. And
Mm.
then the second thing I would say is redirect it where you want to go. I'm not saying no. So you can hear that. I'm not telling you don't buy coffee
Mm.
or don't buy clothes or don't enjoy your life. I'm not telling you that at all.
Mm.
But I'm saying know where your money is going and then know how to channel it. And then the third one, which is just as important as the first and second,
Mm.
is, and I'm gonna take my time to say this. Nobody, absolutely nobody
Mm.
has capped your income capacity. Only you have done that to yourself.
Mm.
You can make as much money as you want, right?
Mm.
But you've told yourself, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do more than this. So I usually walk from the back to the front. Okay. What do I want to achieve this year? Right? I want an electric car. I want 3 vacations. I want this. I want that. I want that. Okay. This is what I need. And these are in addition to my regular expenses. So for me to get these things on top of my regular expenses, I have to make more money, right? How much is my income? This is my income. Now I have options to take. I can either sit down in my company and try to get a promotion or find another job that will pay me more. Or should I go there? Because I'm more mindful of things like taxes, I if you're in North America, you know what I'm talking about, right? Taxes will take half of your paycheck if you're not careful.
Wow.
So I'm like, what business do I need to do that can bring me this money? Because I'm able to manage my taxes more with the business than with my 9 to 5. And so I figure out how much more I need to make. And I have this conversation with my husband as well. So we're involved in a few things. So for
Yeah.
example, something that's even very simple is we just have a rental business. So we were at a point in our life we're always having parties, like summer party, you were just always having parties and renting chairs. And so we said, why don't we buy these chairs and then rent them out? Because we'll definitely use them because we always have parties. And that's
Yes.
exactly how we started a rental business.
Mm. Mm.
So no one caps your income but you. So whatever you need to do, whatever skills you need to gain to increase your income, please do it because you're in control.
Wow, wow. I think that really puts it. Nobody caps your income but you. So it's not about the habits of what you're doing or what you're not doing. First of all, what's your mindset? Secondly, are you paying attention? And then are you accountable? Where's your money going? Where's your money coming in? Where do you want to go? Are you taking steps to where you want to go? So it's not about the habits of, oh, I spend a lot or I borrow. If you can know where you want to go, you will naturally tone your actions in direction with accountability. If I hear you, if that's really what you're.
Yes. Where do you want to go? What's your long-term plan? Is it financial independence? You want to retire early? There's all this. In fact, there's a group called FIRE that I belong to here in Canada. It's called Financial Independence Retire Early. I don't know if I'm going to retire early because I need to be busy, but financial
Yeah.
independence is a goal.
Mm.
And in that group, one of the things that we would preach, and I have my own leader that I listen to and I ask for advice. So when I'm talking here, I don't think that I have it, I have all the knowledge. I do not. I actually have other people I'm accountable to.
Yeah.
But in the fire group, we start from saying, do you have any debts? If you do have debts, the first thing you want to do in your financial independence is to pay up your debts.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, because if you're investing in a mutual fund or in the S&P 500, that's going to give you 10% return annually. Meanwhile, you have a credit card debt that is 22% annually. You're just pouring water into a hole, right? So you want to pay off your debt as quickly as you can. And then the second part of it is to start building assets, right? So you increase your income, you pay up your debt, you build assets, and then you start ensuring that you're not losing money. You're putting your money in the right place. You're managing it. You're putting the right funds. You're not doing MMM. If I wish it was life, I would have asked all the people that lost their money in MMM to raise up their hand. MMM and the like of it. I'm not again. I'm not immune to these things. I've lost money in 2 or 3 of these kind of ventures. So I can tell you from experience that it's not fun. You know how much you work to make $1,000, and then imagine putting all this money into things that you don't know about. So coming back to what I said earlier, invest in what you understand.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the understanding, gain understanding. The Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge, right?
True. That's true.
Gain knowledge as much as you can.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And in gaining knowledge, there was something you said I want to bring out. Our brains can carry it. It's not
Oh,
as
yes.
complicated as we think it is. It's not jargons. It's not out there. It's not for men. We can actually discover financial education and
Yes.
learning at whatever level that we want. So if there's a woman listening right now and she's like, hey, I hear you, STFs, pay off your debt, know your income, know your expenses, pay attention, and I hear you, but as you see me now, I am stuck and I'm struggling. What would you say to her?
To be stuck and struggling is, uh, we all go through seasons where we feel like that. And I'm sure that I have gone through such. It might not be in my finances, but we all go through those seasons. So if you're stuck and you're struggling, I won't even tell you about, find a friend, find a community and heal. Just find people that you can cry with, that you can share, and you can unload the burden. Because that's the first part of, like, financial planning is wonderful, being rich is wonderful, and all of that. But being whole is amazing, and you can be whole without money. So find a friend, talk to a friend, and really just try to get healed, because again, no one is coming to save you. It's your responsibility to heal yourself and become unstuck. Like, no one is coming to save you. There's no Calvary, there's no husband. I've seen people in marriages that still feel stuck. I've seen people with lovely kids, they still feel stuck. I've seen people that I cannot understand why you are depressed, but they are depressed. And that I don't understand it doesn't negate that feeling, right? So find healing, find a community, and get that. The second thing I'll say to you is, what can you do? If you look at all the stories in the Bible where, say, the disciples come to Jesus to say, hey, we need food for these people. And he's like, what do we have? What do you have? Or a boy has 5 loaves and 2 fishes. There's always something in your hand. If you look at Elijah, when he was performing miracles for the woman that needed money for her 2 sons, he says, what do you have? Go and bring empty vessels. There's always something in your hand or in your environment that you have. It might be that you go to learn a skill. It might be that you're an amazing cook and you just monetize it. You start cooking for us busy women that do not like to cook, and your food is good and healthy, and we're going to pay for it. Right? Like I said, it might be that you make beautiful hairstyles for your daughter. Just invite other women to bring their daughters to your house, and then you charge them for it. What do you have in your hands? What skills do you have? And if you don't have any skills, what skills can you learn? What skills are marketable today? Right? Is it learning something in the healthcare field? I had a friend where I said, hey, maybe you need to go learn something in the healthcare field. Today, especially in the Western world, there's a lot of old people that need care and caregivers. And these guys make very decent sums.
Yeah, that's true.
Most times more than 9 to 5.
Wow.
Because I see them. I talk to a couple of people on just financial planning and stuff, and sharing the little I know about also managing your tax situation. And I see people that have fancy titles earning $80,000 a year.
Oh, shame.
And I see people that are doing care work earning $180,000 a year.
What?
Yes. So there's there's dignity in labor and in some kind of work where you're like, oh, that's not fancy enough, that's not cute enough. People are making a lot of money. So what skills can you learn? There's always something you can do with what you have today.
That's beautiful. That means there's always something in your hand. Like you said, 5 loaves, 2 fish. It can feed 5,000. But first, you need to know where your fish is and know where your bread is. And there's something you said, I want to highlight it again. You said, what is in your hand? Find your skill or learn one. So if there's nothing in your hand, go fish. Go fish.
Go learn.
Go learn. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so here's a personal question for you. What would you say to the 13-year-old you?
I'll tell her to take it easy, that don't be in a hurry to grow up. I was in a hurry to grow up, and I just thought, once I grow up, I start making my money, nobody can tell me nonsense. But don't be in a hurry to grow up. Enjoy the process. All right. The 13-year-old me needed to know that she was enough. The 13-year-old me needed to know that she was beautiful and that she was capable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's whole therapy right there. Like 360-degree therapy right there. Round and back and back.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to do Wisdom Minute with Tommy. I'm going to ask you questions, and then you're going to say the first honest thing that pops into
All right, let's try this.
Okay. Love is
sacrificial.
A strong.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
A strong woman is.
I already said this before. Whole.
Family.
Whole, yeah. Family is love. Family is peace. Family is cuddles and smiles.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. The secret to great relationships is.
You gotta invest in those relationships, man. You don't just fall out of the sky. You gotta keep watering, giving, and yeah.
You pour in to get out of it.
You pour in, yeah, you pour in.
Okay. That is.
What'd you say?
Success.
Can I say more? I can't give you one word for success, or Tommy.
Fire
success
away.
is not a one word. See, I'm gonna give you a small story here.
Okay.
Right? In my 20s, success was the next promotion, the next pay raise, the next money-making venture, just the next thing. That was success in my 20s. But today, success is finding joy in the simple things. Success is the subtle act of not caring what anybody thinks. Success is doing my best and taking it easy. Right? Success is not in the hustle, the fight, if I was to wrap up success in maybe 2 words, I'll call it health. And I'll come back to my favorite word, wholeness.
Wow.
Right? So for me, being successful is having a family that I can go home to and receive my hugs and cuddles and kisses. It's being in a very healthy body, and it's not having to worry about financial things like my rent or anything like that. So it doesn't mean that I have a house in LA or have so much money, but it's all these things coming together in harmony. That is success to me.
Wow. That is beautiful. That is gold right there. And that's a very, very wholesome perspective. Thank you. Thank you for that. So
Thanks, man.
The last question.
Okay.
Life lesson that everybody should learn.
Say that again.
One lesson about life that everybody should learn.
One lesson about life that everybody should learn. You give what you get, or you get what you give. I think the other way around. You get what you give. And so I would explain this to mean that, just like I said, if you want a great relationship, you invest in it. If you want great health, you invest in your health. Right? If you want great knowledge, you invest in learning. So all those beautiful things that we want out of life, what are we willing to give to get it? You get what you give.
So that's the law of seed and harvest. You always reap what you sow. Oh, wow. Ehi, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on board and sharing and pouring and giving us the basics, like 0.0000001. I really enjoyed this podcast with you. And I hope
I did. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
I always love hearing from my listeners, so I will be honored to hear from you. Share with me what you learned from this episode of the Tomi Sule podcast, or questions that you would want me to address. You can send an email to podcast@tomisule.com. You're welcome to visit my website for other valuable resources that will inspire you. Visit www.tomisule.com. That's www.tomisule.com. Till next time, God bless you.
Thank you for joining Tomi on today's podcast. For more on Tomi Sule-Emmanuel, please visit www.tomisule.com. Have an awesome day further.